Hey guys, and welcome to Tech Feedback. I'm Annie Gaus.
And I'm Scott Bromley.
And here we are going to answer some of your viewer questions and also feature some of your comments. Let's start with a prom story that we solicited since prom is coming up and we did a video roundup about it. I am Ben Teeth writes, I had a pretty good prom, got all dressed up, picked up my date, and went to the beach instead of the prom, smoked weed, and listened to old Pink Floyd albums. That sounds like something I would like to do this weekend.
Yeah, that's something I did during my prom. I never went to the actual prom. I just went to the parties.
Yes, and it turns out actually many of the commenters had the same experience. But you know, the parties are the best part anyway, right?
Yeah, that's the smart way to do it.
Slacking02 writes, I want to see Annie's prom pics, and I couldn't find my actual prom pic, but here's a picture of me at the after party, and as you can see, there's something wrong with my face.
Yikes. What happened to your face?
Well, I got into a car accident the day before.
That's a good story, and you're sticking to it.
Good story.
Good story.
Anyway, and also, by the way, if you haven't checked out our website, takeanadulttoprom.com, go look at that right now. We'll annotate to it somewhere around here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Also watch the video, because Annie and I really want to go to your prom. And if you guys want to take a 33-year-old man and a 20-something-year-old woman to prom, dreams do come true, and TechFeed can make that happen. All right, moving on. Strangers are reading your Facebook messages. This is where I talked about, like, there are a whole bunch of people reading your Facebook messages, because duh. And Seaphoric wrote in saying, so for Facebook, if I were to get or send a nude pic, someone else would be able to see. I know if I talk about blowing up something, they would be able to see that, but what about nude pics? Yeah, they can see your nudes. They can see anything. Yeah. They won't look at it unless you're flagged. Unless someone's like, whoa, I didn't want to see that wiener shot, flag, and then they'll look at your wiener. But most of the time they won't check it out. But just basically anything you write, they will read. Lane Grimm wrote in saying, Scott, does it creep you out that people could read your messages? Not really. I'm not creeped out by it. I don't care. You can read anything. I let anyone.
There's nothing salacious in your messages ever?
I guess there's a sobby breakup letters somewhere. I don't know, somewhere in there.
Facebook messages?
Well, you know, I don't know. Somewhere in there.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if it would creep me out, but I don't want people reading my Facebook messages. There's some mildly embarrassing things in there.
Well,
so,
you know,
stay out of my messages.
You can read mine. It's fine.
All right. Google Fiber hits Austin. We did a story earlier this week about how Austin is the next city to be granted fiber access internet for Google.
For Google Internet.
And Zachary Khan sent in a video response. Let's roll that.
Hi, Scott and Annie. My question is whether you think that the high-speed internet, like we're seeing with Google Fiber moving to Austin, Texas, will ever be nationalized or provided as a public service?
Well, in my opinion, universal fiber access is kind of a distant goal. It probably won't happen anytime soon, and it comes down to cost, the fact that it's very expensive. Google has now rolled it out to 2 cities, and that's estimated to cost almost $100 million. So rolling it out to all cities, would cost one research firm estimated that would be about an $11 billion investment, which is a lot of money even for Google.
That's a lot.
But as for internet as a public utility, the precedent is kind of TV because that's considered a public utility. Yeah, exactly. So maybe internet is coming. Maybe at some point we'll see a baseline level of internet access as kind of a free public utility. And a lot of people hope that happens.
Right.
That would be cool. And also, as a throw-in, at&t also mentioned plans to build their own gigabit network in Austin too. So Austin's going to have a wealth of options.
Yeah.
It'll probably suck because it's at&t.
Yeah, exactly. Right? Anything you can do, I can do better. Only worse because I'm at&t. All right, moving on. I talked about how your e-textbook is now being able to track if you're actually reading it or not. Bamboo Fan 1 wrote it, Dear Scott, dear Scott, did you pick up that sweet Mickey Mouse imitation of yours at Cartoon College? Yes, I did. I did pick up that. I did a lot of voices over there. I was Walt Disney's college. That I went there and I did all sorts of cartoons for them. Something like that.
Well, you're putting that degree to good use.
Yeah, it's
You're on
really
tech
good.
Feed.
On
You're
tech
on the
feed.
tech news.
Yeah, there we go. I can use all my cartoon voices on a tech news program. Thanks, Mom and Dad.
All right, next, this is in response to Shodan, the search engine for hackers, which is a search engine for basically everything you can't find on Google. And these are devices and systems that are connected to the internet, which you can search and figure out which ones are easy to hack. So. Kind of scary to some people, but also very interesting interview we had with the founders. And Sam Peterson writes, hey, where does Annie buy your clothes?
Yes.
Yeah, well,
Where do you buy your clothes, Annie?
I buy my clothes mostly at Buffalo Exchange or at the Magical Lands of Forever 21 and H&M.
Oh,
because
wonderful.
I hate to shop and I'm cheap.
Wow.
So I do what's easy, and there happens to be a Buffalo Exchange near my house.
Oh, lucky you.
So, but back to the hacking thing. A story. This is kind of a tie-in. One of the points that the founder made when I talked to him is that he's partly doing this to bring to light, how vulnerable a lot of places are. And another story came out this week about a hacker named Hugo Tesso, who also happens to be a former pilot, who was at a conference in Amsterdam, and he demonstrated the ability to remotely hijack an airplane using just a smartphone and a radio transmitter. Now, granted, he has some pretty deep expertise in both areas, but what's crazy is that the software used by the aviation industry is so easily hacked, where meanwhile, we have to, get full body pat downs and go through an X-ray, a radiation X-ray every time we want to get on an airplane. So, you'd think they would be a little more careful, but
yeah, but they're not.
I guess not.
All right, speaking of not being careful, I did a story about all of the video game ripoffs in the Google Play Store. There's so many copyright infringing games, and we got two of probably my favorite comments we've ever read on feedback ever from that story. The first one comes from Slacking02, who simply wrote, "Sex."
That's his second appearance in this episode.
Yeah, I know.
Good job,
Good
Slacking.
job. And the final comment comes from Heroic Ellis, who wrote, "Pock."
With a dash.
With a dash, like he was being kidnapped in the middle of that sentence. So, way to go, guys! I love those one-word answers. It really gets to the point and contributes to the conversation. So, good job.
Why don't you guys all leave us your favorite monosyllabic, non sequitur word in the comments, or you can always ask us a real question. And we do this every week, so we try to get to as many questions and comments as we can.
So leave it down there and subscribe to the channel, and we will see you guys soon. I'm Scott.
I'm Annie.
Enjoy your Sunday.
Oh
Are you enjoying your Sunday?
Yes. Right now I'm at the park, I think.
Wow.
Yeah.
Right now I'm probably
crazy.
Right now I'm probably still in bed. Hungover. I'm probably hating my life right now. Probably going, oh, I'll never drink again. Whoa, why did I do that?
What did you drink last night?
Oh man, no. What did I drink?
Blackberry flavored vodka.
I drank huckleberry flavored vodka. I drank some jalapeno infused tequila. Then I ate the jalapenos in the tequila, which is a mistake.
See, I think that would actually help with the hangover.
And then on a dare, we went to a wine tasting for some reason, and on a dare they're like, why don't you drink the barrel that everyone spits into? I was like, okay, I'll do it, and I drank that whole thing. Oh. That was weird. There was a cork in it too, and I just swallowed it like it was a pill.
And then you drank the beer that everyone had been ashing their cigarettes in.
Yes, I did that, and then in a crazy turn of events, there was this Pepsi bottle filled with chew spit, and I was like, oh, root beer. Glonk, no, wrong.
Yeah.
No, that was a whole bottle of spit.
Yeah.
So I'll never do that again. Enjoy your Sunday.